everybody. I want to start today's lesson by telling you 3 facts, 3 pieces of information. See if you can hear anything about these sentences. The first one, I will be yoga tomorrow. Number 2, the grocery store is Mulberry Street. And number 3, I want to visit my family December. Something's missing from all 3 of these sentences. Do you know what we're missing? Do you know what they are called? In these 3 examples, we are missing something to connect the nouns, to connect the details. In these examples, these are called prepositions. You've probably heard of prepositions if you've taken a seated class. You've probably seen preposition examples and practices in the Burlington English program. They are words that connect nouns and show relationship. Now, when I say relationship, I don't mean like how with people, you are related to your uncle because he married your aunt. Or your grandma is your grandma or grandmother because she is your mother's mom. I don't mean like that. Usually relationship is talked about with people. In this case, we are talking about nouns, and we are talking about giving specific detail to time, space, location for these nouns or these words. So in this video specifically, I chose prepositions of location because I think they are the most confusing. They get mixed up. They're all 2-letter words. And because I have a trick to hopefully help you remember which one to use. Now, keep in mind with my trick, it will be harder to pull this trick and use this trick when you are speaking. But hopefully when you are reading or writing, you can start to notice these 3 prepositions of location, and then you can start to remember, once you are speaking, the correct ones to use. So, prepositions of location, we are talking about in, on, at. So this is telling us location where something is, okay? That could also mean place or time. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it in terms of biggest or largest to smallest, or farthest away to closest. So think about it like that, with location, far away to closer or more specific, and then with time, larger time down to specific time. So first one. In, so it's I-N, in. Within, we use that for a country, state, or even the year or the month. So for example, we live, all of us, we live in North Carolina. We live in the United States. Okay? The next example with year or month, we start classes in July. You could even say for you started classes at Wake Tech in 2019, maybe back 3 years ago. Next is on. We will use on with a street or a road, or a day or a date. So let's look at this. Wake Tech, one location. Wake Tech is on Bush Street. That's the street where Wake Tech is located. For this class, our start date is, or was, on July 11th. Okay, now let's look at the third one, at, A-T, at. This is now closer or more specific. We're talking about an address, a specific address, or the name of a place, or we could also be talking about the exact time on the clock. All right, we meet for class at Wake Tech. maybe we don't because we talk on online and you have Burlington class, but one sentence example is, we meet for class at Wake Tech. Your registration for ESL is on July 11th at 6:30 p.m. We could even mix the two again and say, we meet for class at Wake Tech at 6:30 every night. So we're talking specific place and time. We're not saying North Carolina. We're not saying December. We're saying specific day and time. So if you even need to work backwards and say, okay, specific would be the time and the name or the address. I don't have that. I'm not talking about that. Maybe you're writing for Miss Monique's class. I'm not talking about that. I'm a little bit further away from that specific. And I'm talking about on a street, on a road, on a day, on Tuesday. Miss Monique's writing class is on Tuesday. Okay? So, when you are looking to fill in these connecting words with your writing or your speech, remember the largest, farthest away is in, then we're on, and then we're at specifically. Please give us a thumbs up once you have watched. If you have any questions, please comment on these or send a specific question to your teacher. I hope that this was helpful.